So I already knew I kind of wanted to be Lady Macbeth like months ago, and so that's what I had decided on, but then I kind of toyed with the idea of being Anna from Downton Abbey, just because why not? But then I realized that the Lady Macbeth costume would be a zillion times easier to make, so I went with that. Get a few things out of the way. First of all, yes, Macbeth was a real king. Second of all, no, his story that Shakespeare wrote is not at all accurate whatsoever. So yeah, sorry to disappoint you. As for the character of Lady Macbeth, pretty much entirely fictional. Technically, Macbeth takes place in the 11th century, so there's a very specific style of clothing back then. Unfortunately, we have like 0 surviving examples. It's mostly just things taken from statues and pictures. I wanted to go for a historically accurate Lady Macbeth, which would sort of put them somewhere in the middle of the 1000s, but I also kind of fell in love with some sort of 15th, 14th-ish century styles, and this channel is dedicated to history bounding, so that's what we're gonna do. Technically, Lady Macbeth would be wearing something sort of like what you can see here. So, you know, she's got long underdress, sort of like a tunic on top, and then a mantle. Okay? Nice, right? But I want something fancy. Fast forward a couple more centuries to somewhere around the 13th, 14th centuries, and you start to see this lovely style emerge where there's an underdress and then there's an overdress over it. It's called a surcoat. So you can see it here. The underdress is called the cotehardie, and I hope I'm saying that right. And then you've got this surcoat over it, and oftentimes the surcoat would be trimmed with fur. So that's what I decided to go for. Here's another example of it where we've got some fur action going on. Quest begins in its usual manner, at the thrift store. I managed to secure this absolutely hideous garment, which is some sort of nasty brown stretch velvet with a turtleneck. They charged me 13 bucks for this. Like, literally, this is a thrift shop. How did they manage to charge me 13 bucks for this nasty thing? I imagine that I could just chop off the sleeves, widen the armholes dramatically, and remove the high neck, and then I'd sort of have something that looks a little bit like the surcoats, and then I'll trim the edges in fur, so yeah. I knew I wanted the cotehardie to be red, but unfortunately they didn't really have anything red except for this fitted sheet. So I'm going to remove the elastic from this, and if it's enough fabric, I will make the cotehardie out of this, and if not, I have a backup that's kind of this burnt orange color. Definitely not the color I wanted, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. So let's get started. See, this is why I plan to do fur around the edges, because fur is fluffy and it hides a lot of sin. Shoot. This is how much fabric I have. Not really as much as I'd want it to be, especially since the gowns of this era were meant to be very long and flowing and kind of drag on the ground behind you. Obviously I'm going to have to iron them out because they're very puckery, but they're just about the perfect shape, to be honest, because I wanted them to be a little bit bell sleeve-like. So, hi Little Bear. Hello. Hi. You're making lots of noise and interrupting things. Hi. Yes, you're a good boy. You're also standing on my stuff. Okay. Shoo. Shoo. I know. Okay, fine. I will grab you. I'm going to hold you. Okay, you're a good boy. You also smell funky. Keep rolling. Go. Off. Be gone with me. This is all very haphazard. Hello. Do all the animals just want to come and see what I'm doing this morning? What? Oh, I'm Martha. Hi. too. Good gosh, others. Hi, kitty. Love you. Hi. Okay. Too many creatures. I made it too wide. No. I'm not supposed to be like this. Is there anything I can do to save it? This is not how I wanted it to go. Alright. I guess orange it is. Although, brown looks a lot better with the red. Oh well, there was a lot of gaudy colors in the medieval era, weren't there? Oh, hello. Here you go. Yeah, I know. You probably want this as your new bed, but it's not gonna happen. I need this fabric. I know, injustice. I'm gonna need to cut this soon, and it's probably gonna move, and it's probably gonna scare you, so... Yep, see, I told you. It's gonna end badly. Sorry, Bernadette Banner. I'm like genuinely terrified right now, because if I screwed up this fabric, I don't have any more. I don't think I screwed it up. I think we're okay. It'll be a little snug, but that also tends to be the thing with most of my garments. I tend to make them a little tight, but in the end, I think we are okay. All right, let's start pinning everything together. So the sleeves are actually more or less pretty perfect. I just need to chop off the material at the top and make them, you know, somewhat sleeve shaped. You know, and I wonder why things don't turn out exactly like it looks in the pattern. Start putting everything together and then it's onto the sewing machine. Okay, so we don't have any zippers, so I'm just gonna have to find a way to make this so that I can actually get into it, because trying to take it off the dress form was quite the struggle.